श्रीमान वेंकटनाथार्य कवितार्किक केसरी वेदांताचार्य वर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा कृते श्रीवासरंगपरकालमुनित्रयाप्तलक्ष्मात्मरक्षण इत्युक्त्योगागमान्तम् आचार्य भक्ति परिपूतमनर्गशीलं गोपालदेशिकमुनिं गुरुमाश्रयामः पराशरमुनिं वन्दे कृतपौर्वान्निकक्रियं मैत्रेय परिपप्रच्छ प्रणिपत्याभिवाद्य च. So last time we touched upon the Syamantaka maNi. So Lord Krishna's leela, one of the leelas of the Syamantaka gem. There is a gemstone called Syamantaka maNi. There was a devotee of Surya, the sun, by name Satrajit, and Satrajit went and prayed to Surya every day. He used to pray, and impressed and pleased by his devotion, the sun god gave a Syamantaka maNi, the gemstone which he was wearing, to Satrajit. And Satrajit was so pleased with the gift given by sun god, the Surya, and he brought the Syamantaka maNi to the city where Krishna was living, to the Dwaraka. So the Syamantaka maNi, the owner of Syamantaka maNi would get about 600 kilo of gold every day, whether in terms of biscuit or jewelry, whatever. It gets 600 kilos of gold every day. So the Syamantaka maNi, the Lord Krishna said, it is better you hand over to the king, so that the king can utilize it for better purposes, for the community, for the humanity, so that it would be beneficial to the mankind. So why don't you give it? He said, no, it is given to me by sun god, hence I will only own it. And immediately he understood that Krishna has an eye on it. He mistook that Krishna wants to own this. It's not that Krishna wants this. Krishna is much a Sarveshwaran. He is much omnipresent and Tejasvi. He doesn't need these things. He is not one among us. He is a different jati. He is a Paramatma, which this guy was not aware. So he and his brother devised Prashenan. His brother's name is Prashenan. So he told Prashenan to take the gem away from Dwaraka so that Krishna would not know where it is. So Prashenan took that gemstone, and last week we saw that he was attacked by the lion because of the gemstone, because of the glitter, because of the light. The lion wanted to have it, eat that, because it is so powerful, so light, so bright, and hence it attacked Prashenan and killed him. And the lion took that gemstone and was going back to its cave. That time there is a Jambavan, the huge bear, which was there in Srimad Ramayana, and the Jambavan was the army of Sugriva, was a friend of Lord Sri Rama, and it is still living. Jambavan is like a Chiranjeevi. So Jambavan killed the lion and took the gemstone, went to his cave, and he asked his babysitter to hang it from the cradle where his son was lying down and sleeping. So it was a play toy for the son of Jambavan. So the Dwaraka city came to know about Prashenan's passing away. So Krishna wanted to, because they thought that Krishna has taken it, Krishna has stolen from Prashenan. So Krishna wanted to remove his bad name, which has been spread by Satrajit. So he came into Jambavan's cave, and he had 28-day battle, and he finally showed himself to Jambavan that he is none other than Sri Ramachandra Murti, because it is only an avataram. Krishna is an avataram. Rama was an avataram. So when Jambavan came to know that he is none other than his own Rama, Krishna, he handed over his daughter Jambavati to be married off to Krishna. And then of course, when the Syamantaka maNi was brought back and given to Satrajit was impressed. So Satrajit immediately, he had asked his daughter Satyabhama to marry Krishna. So Krishna accepted Satyabhama as his wife, and Satyabhama is an avataram of Bhuma Devi, Bhumi Pirati, Sri Bhudevi. So we saw this up to this last week, and then of course this when Satyabhama Kalyanam, after the Satyabhama Kalyanam, Satrajit, after he got married off Satyabhama to Krishna. But we should remember Satrajit had already promised to give her Satyabhama in marriage to Akrurar. And also another occasion he promised to Kritavarman. On another occasion he promised to Shatadhanva. So there are three people whom this Satrajit promised that he would marry off his daughter to these three. So now, hurt by the promise broken by Satrajit, Akrurar, Kritavarma and Shatadhanva decided to seek revenge because they felt themselves cheated. And even Akrurar, who is supposed to be a great, ardent, staunch Bhakta of Lord Krishna, he wanted to seek revenge on this. And around this time, there was a news that the Pancha Pandavas, they were in a wax palace, Arak Maligai. They built a wax palace and in which they were living. And what Duryodhana did, he burnt when they were sleeping, he burnt the wax palace. He wanted to devise a plan to burn the wax palace so that all the five will get killed. But somehow through Vidura, they came to know that Duryodhana is devising this cunning, deceiving, cruel plan. And hence the night they somehow managed to come out of the tunnel and escaped. And the wax were completely burnt, and Duryodhana was made to believe that the Pandavas are killed. So Lord Krishna was very well aware that the Pandavas had escaped the fiery death. However, he wanted to give an impression to Duryodhana that the Pandavas have been killed. So he went to Duryodhana and offered his condolences for his cousins being killed in an accident, the fire accident. So Lord Krishna decided to travel to Hastinapuram to offer his condolences to the Kuru family, the Duryodhana family, and to Dhritarashtra, because they were after all cousins, so he wanted to condole. So when Krishna left for Dwaraka, the three deceiving people, the Akrurar, Kritavarma and Shatadhanva, who felt that they were cheated, they said it was the best time for them to act against Satrajit, who is the father of Satyabhama. So they plotted to kill Satrajit for his breaking the promise. So the three of them reached the palace of Satrajit at night. Akrurar stood at the entrance, the back entrance of the Satrajit palace. Kritavarma went to the front entrance of Satrajit palace. Shatadhanva entered into the palace clandestinely, secretly. He tiptoed into the bedroom of Satrajit. He went inside the Satrajit's bed and stabbed the sleeping Satrajit to death. So before leaving, he took the Syamantaka maNi, the Syamantaka gemstone from Satrajit's neck. The three friends came out and decided that the gem would be safe with the devotee of Krishna, the Akrurar. And they parted company after making a pledge and vow, shapatam, that to each other that they will not speak anything about the involvement of this killing of Satrajit to anyone, whosoever. Whatever they come, whoever police comes and asks who killed, why killed, all that, shh, don't talk. Do not say he only devised a plan, so don't show fingers to any of these three. So the next morning, Satyabhama discovered the fate of her father, that he has been killed. She immediately cried and she immediately rode her chariot, because those days there was no phone, SMS, nothing. So she drove the chariot to meet Lord Krishna at Hastinapuram. Even though Lord Krishna was inside happy that Satyajit, who was an Asura, he was an Asura by nature, he has been removed from the earth. So he was internally happy, but he cannot show that outside because he is his father-in-law, Bhuma Devi's father. So he consoled Satyabhama and grieved outwardly for his father-in-law. And he left with Satyabhama for Dwaraka. He came back. Bhumi Pirati told Krishna that my suspicion is Shatadanva, because I can smell Shatadanva. I could somehow guess that it should be Shatadanva. So in the meantime, Akrura was feeling scared. He was fearing that somehow his involvement in the death, in the killing of Satyajit would be coming to light. So in order to remove his apprehensions, he decided to leave Dwaraka with the gem. So he went to Kashi, where he started conducting many yagams and yajnams, and he donated to the poor, the Brahmins, the people, the humanity, with the gold gem, because every day the gem can give 600 kilos of gold. So he liberally gave every donation to many people. And now Krishna and Balarama wanted to bring Shatadanva to justice. Because it is Shatadanva, they knew from Satyabhama that it should have been Shatadanva who had killed Satyajit. So they wanted to take revenge they wanted to punish Shatadanva. So Bhumi Pirati asked Krishna, please get back the gem, because it is my father's. It is my family property. You have to get me the gem. So my fathers should come to me. So Balarama also wanted that gemstone. So he accompanied to confront Shatadanva. He accompanied Krishna. So the two brothers went looking for Shatadanva's house, but he had already run away on his horse, because he knew that these two brothers are coming. So Krishna and Balarama started chasing Shatadanva. But Shatadanva left Dwaraka and reached the mainland, and he drove to the kingdom of Mithila. Shatadanva's horse can run 800 kilometers without any rest. It can go. He had a much powerful horse, Shatadanva. And Krishna and Balarama also chased on their chariot to Shatadanva through many kingdoms. They cut across. They soon arrived at the borders of Mithila. They watched Shatadanva going towards a marsh land, an empty land. But the moment Shatadanva entered into the empty land, the horse fell down dead, because it had already crossed 800 kilometers probably. So Shatadanva jumped from his horse and started running away on foot. So Lord Krishna told Balarama, you wait in the chariot, I will chase Shatadanva. Because the chariot and the horses cannot go into the empty land which is full of mud. So probably the horse will get stuck, just like the Shatadanva's horse dropping dead. Probably our horses also would face the same tragedy. So better you stay here, I will run behind Shatadanva and get. You wait here. And now, he told. So Lord Krishna immediately went and caught up with Shatadanva and killed him. And he searched Shatadanva's pocket, backpack pocket, front pocket, all pockets and all his bags. It was not there, because it had already been taken by Akrura. And Lord Balarama was watching from a distance what Krishna was doing. And Krishna, from there, he showed to Balarama, he shouted that Shatadanva does not have gem. I'm sorry, it's not with him. He shouted. Balarama did not believe. He said, whom are you trying to play fool, Krishna? Because he was having his desire on the gem. So he felt disappointed that it's not there. So he thought Krishna had taken. He was seething with anger. I know, Krishna, you always had your eye on the gem. Now you have completely taken it and you are trying to deceive me. So I feel so upset that I don't want to even look at you. Krishna pleaded, no, I don't have the Syamantaka maNi with me. If you don't believe me, please feel free to search me everywhere. Immediately Balarama retorted, you are a great Mayavi. We have seen since childhood what all you can make it appear or disappear. And if I don't find the gem, that doesn't mean that you have not taken. You have cheated me. I don't want to call you as my brother anymore. He left. Krishna said, please don't speak such harsh words. I really, seriously don't have the gemstone with me. I will not tell a lie to you. You are my elder brother. I need a place to calm down now. Balarama said, I can't return to Dwaraka now. The king of Mithila is my friend. I will stay with him for a while. And he got down from the chariot and walked towards Mithila, leaving Krishna in the chariot. So this is only a leela which is played by Krishna. We will come back to it soon. So Krishna knew the following things already because he is a Sarveshwara. He acted this with divine purpose. He knew that the gem was with Akrura and not with Shatadanva. Yet he chased Shatadanva. He knew that the Panchapandavas were alive. Yet he pretended to grieve for the brothers and went to Duryodhana to offer his condolences. He used Shatadanva to kill Satyajit first. That is Satyabhama's father. He used Shatadanva to kill Satyajit, who himself was an Asura, and pretended to cry for Satyajit. Both Shatadanva and Satyajit were Asuras by nature. So he used one to remove the other from the face of this earth. Because his avataram is basically to paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. To protect the sadhus and to remove the evils, enemies, asuras, rakshasas. So he purposefully made Balarama suspect him. And the reason for this will be told in a couple of minutes. So the news about the split or the discord or the quarrel, the fight between Balarama and Krishna, people came to know. The news reached Hastinapuram that, did you know, Balarama and Krishna had a fight. Balarama went to Mithila in anger. So Krishna came back to Dwaraka in chariot alone. Balarama is suspecting. All that news started being forwarded. So Shakuni called Duryodhana and said, I just found out that Krishna and Balarama are not speaking to each other. They are not in talking terms. You should make use of this situation, Duryodhana. Go immediately to Mithila. Ask Balarama to teach you Gadayudam. Because Balarama was very good in Gada, the mace, Gada Ayuda. So we found 6 charred bodies destroyed in the wax palace beyond recognition. Perhaps by some remote chance, maybe the Pandavas are alive and these are some other bodies. These people can do such thing. So you have to strengthen your position by excelling in Gadayuda. You have to learn so that if Pandavas were alive, you will be able to defeat that Bhima effortlessly only after you learn this Gadayudam in a perfect manner from Balarama. So Duryodhana said, I asked Balarama once, but he refused to accept me as his Shishya. He did not accept me as his disciple because he was on Pandava's side along with Krishna. That was when he was pally with Krishna. Now he is against Krishna. Therefore, will definitely accept you as his Shishya. He will definitely teach you. Go to Mithila immediately. Shakuni, the uncle, Mama, Shakuni advised Duryodhana. Pay namaskarams to Balarama. Plead him, request him, pray to him to accept you as a student. So Duryodhana, he was a great prince. He was a chief of all Asuras. The other Asuras had meditated upon Lord Shiva. When Shiva appeared before them, they asked him to grant them a boon, that their leader Duryodhana will not be killed even by Lord Vishnu. So after consulting with Lord Vishnu, Shiva granted them their wish that he would not be killed by Vishnu. But Parvati gave a small twist in the boon. He said, Duryodhana, even though he has this boon, he will be weak below his waist. Below the waist, Duryodhana is weak. And as it was against the rules, even in any yuddham, you cannot hit someone below the waist, in Gada Yudham especially. So Duryodhana wanted to get trained in this form of Gada Yudham warfare. So thereby he would not be hit below the waist by anyone in the Gada Yudham. So unknown to Duryodhana, Balarama and Krishna, they enacted, they were only playing this fight. They made this leela. Both of them are the avatarams. Lord Balarama himself is the Amsham of Srimad Narayana, the Adisheshan who took the Balarama avataram. So they had pretended to fight to give Duryodhana an opportunity to approach Balarama so that they can make Duryodhana feel extremely powerful. Now I have learnt Gadayuda from Balarama. Now I am strong. Nobody can conquer me. Even Bhima cannot kill me. So he will feel himself puffed with pride and false arrogance and overconfident. So the purpose of Krishna's avataram is to remove all the Asura kings, corrupt kings, who were Asuras by nature from the earth. So unless Duryodhana felt overconfident, it will not be easy for him to win, for him to be conquered. He will not challenge anyone to a war. He has to feel overconfident. Then he will challenge the Pandavas for a war. So Lord Krishna planned to start this Kurukshetra battle through Duryodhana, so that he can eliminate all the Kauravas, the 100 of them, all the evil-minded kings and warriors. As planned, Balarama taught Gadayudham to Duryodhana, and after making him feel overconfident, Balarama returned to Dwaraka. And Krishna wished to make Akrura return to Dwaraka. He played another leela now through the citizens of Dwaraka, because he caused a severe famine. Famine means the drought, the panjam. There was no food, nothing. So the people gathered in Lord Krishna's palace, the court, and asked him to bring back Akrura, because he was a great scholar, great devotee, and because it always rains when there are philanthropists in an area. People who give, people who are givers, who are benevolent. Vallalgal, when they are there, it will rain. So Akrura left Dwaraka out of fear for Krishna, because he had taken the Syamantaka gem, because he devised a plan to kill this Satrajit. So when he left, because of his kind nature, the rains also did not rain. So Akrura hails from a family of philanthropists. His mother herself was very charitable. Even when she was in the womb, the uterus, she was very charitable. So because of that gene, Akrura became very charitable. Akrura has inherited this quality from his mother Gandhini, and he conducts many agams in Kashi. He donates gold to the needy, to anyone and everyone. So they tell Krishna, please call back to Akrura to Dwaraka, so that we can get relief from the terrible famine. Lord Krishna immediately announced that he will forgive Akrura. He promised Akrura a safe passage to Dwaraka. Akrura was, of course, a great devotee of Krishna. He was earning to return to Dwaraka. He himself missed Krishna so much. And as soon as he received Krishna's pardon, Krishna's forgiveness, he rushed home to Dwaraka. Lord Krishna welcomed Akrura with affection. He hugged him. After Akrura returned to Dwaraka, he met with Lord Krishna in the royal court. I know that you have a gem, Lord Krishna told Akrura. Balarama left Dwaraka because he suspected me. He has returned home now, but he still suspects me. So please show everyone in the court, in the assembly, that you have the gem. Bring it from your home and clear my name. Akrura could not refuse Lord Krishna's request. He showed everyone the Syamantaka maNi and proved Lord Krishna's innocence. Satyabhama was very happy that her property had been found. Her father's Syamantaka maNi has been found. And Lord Balarama also is feeling happy because now he can persuade, he can insist Krishna to give Balarama, the elder brother, the Syamantaka maNi. So now two people are asking. One is Satyabhama, other is Balarama. Both want the Syamantaka maNi. So he could not neither choose his wife nor his brother to receive the gem without hurting the feelings of other. So Krishna mentions, this Syamantaka maNi has attracted all the attention of all of us. I want this gem, but also Satyabhama wants, also Balarama wants. We know that this gem confers mangalams, sakala saubhagyams, to only upon the person who follows the Shastras diligently. If somebody does not follow Shastra, it will not yield the right auspiciousness. Krishna himself says, I have 16,000 spouses. It is very easy for me to slip from the Shastrams, the orthodoxy. Satyabhama is focused on her personal appearance and possession. She wants to possess that gemstone. Balarama is also is equally interested in having that material. I would not be doing justice by giving this gem to either of them, including me. So only Akrura is holding the gem without any negative impact because he is conducting yagams and he is donating liberally, and hence it should be handed over to him. So thus he hands over back to Akrura. So what does it teach us? What is the message which is given in this? So it says, one, the material possession, regardless of its nature, one should not ask for, one should not desire. Secondly, it is easy for even Bhagavatottamas to slip from their path. It is therefore essential for us to be cautioned and warned to be careful. The desires will completely lead us astray. It shows us that Perumal will save his devotees whenever we slip, as can be seen to Akrura. A person who listens to this beautiful anecdote will not endure any slanderous comments. Their sense organs will be completely in control. They will function properly and they will attain Sadgati, the moksha, at the end. So that's the message given by sage Parasara to sage Maitreya in this Vishnu Puranam. That's the story of Akrura and the Syamantaka maNi. Adiyan Kavitarkika Simhaya Kalyana Gunashaline Srimate Venkateshaya Vedanta Gurave Namaha. Dhanyosmi.